Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today, I'll be giving a first-time reaction to a Canadian band titled The Tragically Hip. Now, Thomas, he said that I probably have never heard of this band before. That's half true. I've heard their name, but I've never actually listened to their music, but thanks to you, Thomas, we're going to be checking them out for the first time. We've got 3 songs on the docket. First, we'll start out with New Orleans is Sinking, then Grace 2, and lastly, Ahead by a Century. And apparently in this last song, this last performance is the final time the lead Gord Downey, the frontman, was with us. So there were never any more performances afterwards because he passed away from terminal brain cancer. It's terrible. I've never heard of the Tragically Hip or Gord, but just having that information going in, it already makes me a bit emotional, even though I haven't ever experienced their work before. But I'm excited to find out what they're all about. But before diving in, a massive thank you to Thomas the Tenacious for making this donation request today and for these 3 selections. As always, Thomas, it is much appreciated. Now, let's jump in.
If New Orleans is sinking, then I don't want to swim.
I don't want to swim. Go down with the ship. Or in this case, go down with the French Quarter. I almost went to NOLA this year.
Urban blue on the street, loose and complete under skies, all smoky blue-green. And campfire shake, a Dixie dead shake, so we danced the sidewalk clean.
Wow.
My memory is muddy.
He already reminds me of someone.
New Orleans is sinking, man, and I don't want
I'm getting a bit of the Depeche Mode lead vocalist in his delivery. I think there's something about the timbre of Gord's voice that reminds me of Depeche Mode. Oh, nice guitar work here.
What's going on? Can't tie yourselves up for a deal.
And the vocal cries. What is he doing? He's got that like very eccentric stage presence, kind of like the type of performer to just act, do whatever he wants to on stage, have fun. What is he doing? Like trying to figure out which way the wind is blowing or something? What is this? He's grabbing stuff from the sky. Oh, okay, eating it, putting it in his pocket. What is he?
The water's on fire, the water's on fire. Everything in the water.
I like how there's this like swamp-like feel to this. Wow. This sort of reminds me of that windmill, windmill, da, da, da melody from Feel Good Inc. by, I think they're called Godzillas. Anyways. Or no, Gorillas. Godzillas.
There used to be a cookie factory in the West, and so obviously we like the West wind best. I'm the West wind. There used to be a cookie factory in the West, and the West wind blew. We felt like we were blessed. And you know, the wind would almost whisper, "Eat me, come on and
Oh my god, I love his vocals here against this melody. It just like lights my nerve endings up.
come on and
Wow. Very chilling.
First we'll climb a tree, and maybe then we'll talk. I will touch your cunt, you will touch my car. Then maybe
Did I hear that correctly?
I will touch your cunt, you will
There was a hard T at the end of that one.
touch my car. Then we'll be married, then we'll be man and wife. No dress rehearsal, this is our life. But that's where the hornet stung me, and I had a feverish dream with the land down. Tonight we smoke and roll.
Wow. When he gets into that belt, it just lights up the room.
You are ahead by a century. 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 So disappoint you, step me down. So disappoint you, step me down.
You hear the guitar here.
So disappoint you, step me down.
The disappointment's getting me through.
Light bulb hanging on a wire, sucking up to someone just to stoke the fire, picking out the highlights of the scenery. Saw some little clouds, they looked a little like me. I had my hands in the river.
Like, I know this is rock, but part of me also thinks like this is one step or two steps away from what you may hear in certain grunge tracks. And like the name, I guess the band that's coming to my mind is more like Pearl Jam. A more like rocky Pearl Jam, maybe. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Let me know.
In the river, my feet back up on the banks, looked up to the yacht above, said, "Hey Clemens, thanks." Sometimes I feel so good I've gotta scream. He said, "Gordy baby, I know exactly what you mean."
said, I swear to God, he said.
He's a character, man.
Okay. My memory is not what this river that I'm in. New Orleans is sinking and I don't wanna swim. Swim! The water's on fire! The water's on fire! That's territorial folks! That's whispers in the closets! That's screaming from the rooftops!
I heard a little accidental note in there. See, it's the thing, like lead, like frontmen like Gord, or is it Gordon? I'll go with Gord. Frontmen like Gordon are the reason why you attend live shows. And, you know, I realize I'm speaking to myself, but also maybe a different era of music listening, because I think about this idea, especially having a music reaction channel. But the way that I consume a lot of my music has always been, I think, disproportionately in the form of just at home or like on the go at the gym, in environments that are outside of the actual stage or arena or festival or concert. Don't get me wrong, I've been to my fair share, but when I compare those experiences, they aren't the same. And what is always more memorable, even though I have a lot of memories in regards to music, even that I listen to at home, what is always invariably more memorable is being in that crowd, experiencing the shoving, the moving, the energy, seeing Gore do what he does on stage would just, you know, I mean, be unforgettable in that sense. And that's why people like him are not a dime a dozen. They are rare humans who are able to be that captivating on stage, completely let go and be free. And it allows us to view ourselves through that lens as well. Like if Gord can do it, and he's that example of being free and enjoying the music and, you know, playing into it and playing up that enjoyment, we can enjoy it as well. You know, I'm sure you had no idea where I was going to take that, but I love good music and I love live music even better. This is all my large PSA to myself, and I guess to you all as well. Attend as many live shows as you financially can, because, man, the love of music shared with others who love music, and the people on that stage who love producing and creating and then performing that music, it's love all around. Let's jump into the next track here.
That's very nice, but do you know this one?
I do not, but I will. Maybe a bit more of a somber track. This is very trance-like. A bit of Grateful Dead in here somehow. I love how... Okay, seagull alert. How did... Wait, how did he do that? No, my voice is incapable. Nothing's gonna come out like that. Truly insane. I don't even know what I was gonna say before that.
I just don't think the engine will take it. You can try it, you can try it, but I was up there the other day. It was awful mucky back then. The secret rules of engagement, they hate you, are hard to endorse.
This group, they definitely feel like a different live versus studio experience. This is pure prediction at this point because I haven't heard the original, like Grace 2 or New Orleans is Sinking. But it feels like you would have a different version of them studio and live. And that's usually like that's usually a correct statement to make, but especially because of Gord.
They hate you, are hard to endorse. When the appearance of conflict
Appearance of conflict.
meets the appearance of force, kill them.
Wow.
I can guarantee.
Hold on. Let me go back because some of these lyrics are actually are doing something.
The appearance of conflict.
No, I gotta go further back.
You can try it, but I was up there the other day. It was awful mucky back then.
Let me pull up the lyrics too on the side.
The secret rules of engagement, they hate you, are hard to endorse.
The secret rules of engagement are hard to endorse.
When the appearance of conflict meets the appearance of force, kill them. When I
I mean, those two lines alone. The secret rules of engagement are hard to endorse. Engagement, like as it relates to conflict and war. So when the appearance of conflict meets the appearance of force. Because it's like a perspective on the conflict. This thing, whatever this event is, it appears as though it is conflict. It appears as though it is a show of force. But because the rules of engagement are secret, it becomes hard to endorse because it's all like smoke and mirrors. That is interesting. And oftentimes you have to think about this too, like even geopolitically or what you consume in the news, but there is a reason why certain pieces of information are shared with you and others are not. Because there's narratives to be spun, there's perspectives to be altered. There's a lot of unique human psychology as it relates to just messaging in general, but saying something also has an indirect effect of, well, you didn't say the other thing. Put on a global scale, an event happening, it could be the appearance of conflict, but in reality it's something else, or it's the appearance of force in this way, but it's intending something else. There's a lot of, I guess, mind games at a very high level that are being played. Man, I just lead with honesty, try to do the right thing day in, day out. Keeps my life simple and I don't have to focus so much on these games.
It's the appearance of force. Kill them when I can guarantee there'll be no knock on the door. And turn around. That's what I'm here for. I come from downtown, born ready for you. Armed with skill and its frustration.
Yeah, but I have no idea if my interpretation is correct. I feel like the lyrics are ambiguous enough. It's like the bright lights. Get that out of my face. If I turned off my lights, you wouldn't see anything. Like, that's it. Wow. He's so into it. Reminds me a lot of a Serge Tankian as well, somehow, of System of a Down. Just the way he allows himself to just unravel on stage. Just perform. Oh, the drumming there. Dude, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like I'm honestly getting emotional for some reason, but I feel a great connection to this band. And I think specifically it comes from the free-flowing vocal performance, the stage presence, and the music itself. I was having trouble identifying structure in the same way that I would, and not because there isn't a structure there per se, but it's allowed to flow in this very gradual and seamless kind of manner. There's no sharp cuts right between pre-chorus and chorus, or chorus and post-chorus, and sometimes, like, you know, that's kind of how our brains can be I guess primed when you listen to music. It's like, especially as I do a lot of reactions and try to understand music even analytically, I will look for places to hang my hat on, that being a verse or pre-chorus, what have you, but it all blends in together, and I'm just like in this musical listening state rather than like a analysis kind of state. And I realize even from my reactions that's sometimes a bit of a trap I end up myself in, which, you know, it's still like authentic thoughts that I have, but I want to also allow the music to carry over, or to, I guess, take over more of my brain than let my brain take over more of the music, if that makes sense. Yeah, let's jump into the last track here. And this, I believe, is the final performance of Gord. So let's jump in. When was this? 2024? At least it was released in 2024. I'm gonna cry, I think. This is so pretty.
First we'd climb a tree, and maybe then we'd talk.
Oh, look at his fit too. So fashionable.
Silently, and listen to our thoughts with illusions of some day, casting a golden light. No dress rehearsal. This is our life.
Wow. Just chills through my whole body. Oh my god.
And that's where the hornet stung me. And I had a feverish dream with revenge and doubt. Tonight we smoke them out. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century.
Wow, this is so pretty.
Stare in the morning shroud, and then the day began.
And he adds that little grit in his voice, right?
Your cloud, you tilted my hand. Rainbows in real time, and rainbow through the night. No dress rehearsal. This is our life.
I love that line so much. No dress rehearsal, this is our life. Just be in the moment.
But that's when the hornet stung me, and I had a serious dream
Ugh.
with revenge and doubt. Tonight we smoke them out. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century.
Oh wow.
You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. And disappointing you's getting me down.
This is so reflective. And the tone, it's like bittersweet. But all the while, musically, it's very warm. The acoustic guitar just strumming along, the drums kicking us into gear. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm down. Very down. It's just allowed to soar in this atmosphere. like seeing him, knowing that he's not here, and that this was his last performance. Is he doing any like kind of direction with that? Like almost like a composer, or sorry, conductor. He's showing love to everybody. What is that? There's a quote. I'm not going to remember it now. If I did, I would butcher it. But it's interesting when, you discover art, music in this case, at a later point in life than the actual art was created, and you know that artist is no longer there. And even if you go to the museum and you see paintings, it's from artists in the 18th century, 17th, 19th centuries, whatever. People who are no longer here, but they pass on the meaning that time held through their lens, and then we get to experience it. And sometimes it makes me emotional, but not in the same way that knowing that musicians have passed makes me emotional, because discovering them after they were gone, even though I had the opportunity to know about them in the present day, it feels so, I guess, tragically hip, to complete the pun. There's a tragedy in that you had the opportunity to experience it and couldn't. And even just in different ways in life, when we experience tragedy, it's usually when something could have been and then didn't become, is when that little word tragedy comes into effect. Because sometimes when we get to experience the fullness of our lives, take this from the mind of a 28-year-old with a grain of salt, but when we experience those massive moments in our life to the fullest extent with no regret, then things don't necessarily have to be tragic. Oftentimes tragedy, I think, is paired with the loss of what could have been, the loss of potential. And that's why, in killings, when we lose extremely young children, that's why it's dubbed a tragedy. Not that it's not tragic for an adult to lose their life in a different similar circumstance, but hopefully you understand my point at least. So now, for me, having discovered Gord, his performance, the Tragically hip, and their music, it feels like, man, there was so much opportunity for me to experience their work, and I'm only doing it now. And then the only kind of like reconciliation, the only way for me to feel okay with how I am is how I feel right now, is to recognize that, okay, I can still appreciate the music now because it can still exist in my mind and my heart. And if I listen to more, Tragically hip and share those reactions with you on the channel, then we get to relive that lifetime, experience that joy once more. And that's the way that great artists want to be remembered. They don't want to have everybody dousing themselves in all of the negative, sad emotions we could feel. I mean, even in the case recently of Ozzy Osbourne passing away, so many music lovers, world renowned, were affected. And all Ozzy would want is for us to remember him by his music and by those deeds that he held very true to himself and he gave to the world abroad. Similar to what I would imagine Gord would also be wishing for all of us. But let me know what you thought about these songs in the comments down below today. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. If you did and would like to request more Tragically Hip, or any other band for that matter, you can do so by clicking the first link down below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.